I created such a beautiful look yesterday with the Paprika Major Dimension eyeshadow palette that I want to share with you how natural, neutral, and very easy this eye look can be. So let's get started. For foundation, I have been using this Hourglass skin tint. It is a very, very interesting product, I find. I hear people really love this product. And I love it too, and I love it mostly after the application, not upon application, but after the application, it just looks really beautiful. So let me show you. Okay, so yesterday for primer, I went in with my Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum, and this is a beautiful serum that you can use as skincare or as an actual primer. It makes your face very nice and hydrating. Only thing is just the actual pump. It looks like it leaks and it doesn't pump up the product very nice, so you have to be very careful with it. And this product was sent to me by Merit a long time ago, and I'm actually really, really loving it, especially to use it as a primer. That's what I've been using it mostly for. You have to be very, very careful with this product because it is oily and you don't want to stain your clothes. Now, Hourglass Hydrating Skin Tint Veil. I got mine in the shade 3 and it is interesting. So the product comes out quite thick. However, it just blends into the skin so natural and so beautiful. So I think today I'm going to apply it with a foundation brush. This is the Rare Beauty foundation brush, and I will just try to like drag it slowly and not push the brush too much into the product because I don't want the product to be absorbed in here. So I'm just slightly touching my face, and then we're gonna go in with a sponge. And I've used this product, I've applied it with a brush, a sponge, and my fingers, and I love the looks on how it looks with all 3 types of applications. But I think I really don't like to use my fingers that much because it just gives me that yucky feeling. So I think that it's best to apply it with a brush, just gently touch it, and then go in with a sponge. And I use the sponge too, and the product doesn't get, I mean, it gets absorbed, but you're still left with a very nice complexion. Now, this is obviously a skin tint, so it's not a high coverage skin tint or foundation, but it gives this very nice natural skin-like look on the face. It's just so pretty. So you can build it up if you want, but I think, I don't know. Okay, we can put just a little bit, I don't know where, just here on the cheeks. So lightweight and so pretty. At first I was like, but after the skin tint stays on your skin for a while, you see just a perfected complexion. I really love it. So now I'm just gonna go in with a dampened sponge and just slightly push it in. I don't want to pick up the product. Very good product. And now let's go in with one of my new concealers, and this is the Tower 28 concealer, and I got mine in the shade DTLA. I had another shade which I gave to my daughter because she really loves it, and that was a darker shade, and I've used that under my, like on all over my face or for spot concealing. We're just gonna use a little bit like that. I'm gonna push it in with a sponge. This is a very hydrating and brightening and great enough coverage. I really love this product and I definitely recommend it. It's probably one of my top concealers as well with my other favorite ones. So interesting how we just keep finding favorites. So I'm just gonna spread it all over my eyelids as well. I'm not gonna use a eye primer today because the way I did my eyes yesterday was so nice. So now I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Powder. and it's this beautiful one. This is the special edition packaging that they had last year. Mine is in the shade Fair Medium. And for this, I'm just gonna get like a nice big fluffy brush. This is a Moda brush, and try to set my eyes with this powder. I'm not gonna set my under eyes. It looks really good, so we'll see later on after other applications if I'm gonna use on my face anywhere. But I have all powder products today, so now I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. But before we do that, let's apply highlighter. So I'm gonna use this Giorgio Armani Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer, and I'm going to use it as a highlighter today. This is in the shade 7. So I'm going to pump some on the back of my hand. It looks like this. I'm just going to use my finger and just dab on the high points of my cheek. And then go in with a fluffy brush and just, wow. It's very, very glowy. So pretty. I've never used this as a highlighter. I've used it under foundations, but I think I'm gonna start using it as a highlighter a lot more, because it looks really pretty and it doesn't disturb the foundation or anything. Look at that beautiful glow. Okay, so just a little bit. You can see that on the hand it pulls pink. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but on the cheek it looks very natural, like barely there. So I like that. Let's move on to powder. Not powder, let's move on to bronzer. So I'm gonna use today the Victoria Beckham bronzer, and this is in the shade 02. It's so pretty. I'm gonna start with this Lancome brush. This is like a dual-ended brush. And I'm just gonna dip into both products. Into both shades. And just gently add it to the skin. This is such a beautiful bronzer. It's just a perfect shade for me. And I like to use it mostly as a bronzer, not contour. But maybe on those days that I don't want to put too much, then I can just use the contour side. It's very pigmented, as you can see. So just be careful. It doesn't look as crazy in here, but it's quite pigmented on the face. It's very beautiful, and it's just so pretty. Okay, so for blush, this is newer in my collection, and I actually really love it. It gives me vibes of the Clinique one, and this is the Flawless Make Me Blush. This is a velvety blush in the shade Phoenix. It's so beautiful and so pigmented. Look at that nice color. Looks so spicy. So for this, I'm going to use a BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. And how I like to do it, because it's so pigmented, so you can see how pigmented it is, I'm just going to go into my palm and then go and apply it. I find it that it distributes the product a little bit better. So don't be afraid of the shade. Just slowly go into the product and apply it to the cheek. And if it's too much, you can always go with your foundation brush or a powder to diminish this blush. I love it. I'm not afraid of pigmented brushes because I find that the more pigmented it is, you go in with less product, and that way it lasts longer. So for anyone, like if you don't have a YouTube channel and you have just 1 or 2 blushes and you just don't want to run out of them, then go in with a darker shade, because then you just use a very little product and then you don't run out of it. You don't have to go in with a heavy amount of product. So now I'm just going to go with my foundation brush. So very natural looking. Oh yeah, I'm happy how the complexion is looking. Okay, so I guess let's move on to eyes, because you guys have been waiting for this part. On the lips, I have this CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss. This is so pretty and so hydrating. This is in the shade 150 Sugar Poppy. And let's add just a little bit more. You can really see the color, but you can see the shine. I love the shine. So today we're going to use the Patrick Major Dimension palette. And this is his second one. This is the one with the browns. One row is all matte and then one row is all shimmers. And I want to show you that if you do have this palette and you think that the shimmers you cannot always use, I will show you how to use them today so that you get more use out of this row as well. I didn't purchase, I asked Santa for the new Patrick Ta All Mattes palette, which is the same as this, but all mattes, one cool tone row and one warm tone row. And I'm excited. I hope Santa's gonna bring me that palette. I know we have so many palettes, but I really wanted that palette and I didn't want to spend money on it because I already have this one. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a BK Beauty 202 brush. Let's zoom you in, and I'm gonna go into this shade first, right there. And I'm gonna use that as my transition. So we're gonna use mattes and shimmers in this eye look. So that, because if you're like me, I was thinking, I don't use those shimmers on a regular basis, but they are so wearable too. So I wanna show you how you can implement them in today's video. Okay, so I'm gonna start in the middle and bring it outwards, and then whatever I have left on my brush, then I slowly bring it inwards. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. These shades are very pigmented, so keep that in mind. So go slowly into the shades. See how beautiful that is? It's just so pretty. Okay, I went in with the same brush and I went into this shimmery shade right here, and I used this in my crease. Very, very powdery, so be careful. Don't go too much into the product. So I gently touch. So you can see how we can incorporate a shimmery shade because they're not that intense. Like that's from the shimmery row. It has very light shimmers in it. That is so pretty. Don't worry, we're gonna blend it out. And then slowly bring it upwards. So let's do this eye now. You can see how much product gets picked up on the brush. They're so beautiful, so pigmented, yet there's no fallout. I love this eye look I created, and yesterday I didn't really want to take it off. It was so pretty. I had a wing yesterday, but today I'm not going to do a wing, but I will still use the same product on my lash line so you guys can see. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so just a little bit more maybe here. Pleasure to work with the shades. So I'm just going to get a clean brush, and this is a BK Beauty 201, and I'm just going to diffuse any sharp lines we have here. Just blend everything nicely. So I think in the outer corner, I've used the same shimmery shade, this one, and just intensify this outer corner a bit. And just stop in the middle. So I just want it in the outer corner only. Now we have a lot of warmth here. So I think I want to go in with, let's try going with this one right here, which is a shimmery shade as well. And I'm going to use my brush and just barely dip in it and just intensify this outer corner more. So you can see that you don't really need to use the mattes in this palette only. You can use this nice shimmery ones and you get a really nice look, just like that. And then with my finger, I went into this shade. So you can see, even though it's in the matte row, it does have shimmers. So I'm gonna use it in the inner corner like this and kind of connect it with the middle where the other shade starts. I love this. Tremorless is one of my favorite shades because it's just so unique, and then you can use it kind of all over the eyelid, matte white with little tiny sparkles in it. And you can also use it to intensify your inner corner. So look at that beauty. And then I'm gonna get my first brush and make sure you blend in that darker shade with this white shade, so there's no line in between. Like you don't want to see where one starts and the other one ends. Okay, so let's go in with I think this is a Luxie 211 brush, and you can see it's very flat, and I'm gonna go in the same shade we just used and just add it here in the inner corner, kind of as a highlighter to highlight this inner corner. That is so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly jump back into my powder because I do want to powder now this area here a bit. So again, into the Charlotte Tilbury one, and I'm gonna use this makeup, use this Makeup Forever puff and just add it. You can see right away, look at that. It took away all that shine, but it doesn't dry up the skin. It's still, you can still see the glowy, healthy looking skin coming through. I love this powder so much. You can see it's much better. The complexion looks really, really good now. Okay, so on the bottom lash line, I'm gonna go with a pencil brush, the 210 brush by Vicky Beauty, and I'm gonna go back into, let's see, I think I'm gonna use this shade here, which we used for transition. And I'm just gonna bring it down on my lower lash line here. And I'm gonna switch brushes, a Vicky Beauty 207, because I think that just this is, you can cover more area underneath the eye. You see, so I just want to bring that little brown underneath as well and connect it with the top. Okay, so the focus today is going to be the upper lash line. So I'm not going to add anything on my lower lash line. And I'm going to go in with this product. This is one of my favorites eyeliner. And this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Inks eyeliner. And mine is in the shade something brown. Like it's a brown shade. Come on. Whiskey. And this is a beautiful product. So easy to use, beginner friendly. Definitely recommend it. It has an ergonomic handle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line my upper lash line without creating a wing, hopefully. And I am going to go all the way from inward. Like the whole upper lash line, I want it lined up. Now let's do the same thing on this eye, which is a little bit more trickier to work with. Oh, I love this product. It's so easy to use. Try to keep your eye open, what I'm doing, and see if that would work. I find that when I close it, then I can create this nice straight line. So obviously you can make it as thick as you want. The main point is to make sure that you start very close to the lash line and that lash band you create is right where your lashes start, because you don't want to see any white coming through. You want this as close as possible to make it dark, and then you can just make it as thick as you want. This is too thick for me, but because I created this one thick, I had to do this one as well. I think it looks really beautiful. So I think that's it. And I'm gonna go in with my favorite mascara. This is nothing new. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Curved Brush Mascara. I'm gonna put this on really quickly and enjoy this intermission, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the eyes complete. What do you guys think? Again, you don't need to do the brown or black liner at the top. You can just leave it as this with just the eyeshadow. I think it will look really good. And let's move on to lips. But okay, so for lips, I chose the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Endless Cacao, which is this nice cool tone brown. And I'm gonna line my lips gently. So I removed the oil just like that. So I'm going to bring the product in more into the lip area as well. You don't want too much. And then I'm going to go again back with this CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy gloss and have this beautiful nice brown lips that match this nice neutral, very easy to accomplish look. Here is the final look. What do you guys think? Do you like the lips this way, or do you like it more nude without the liner? Let me know down below what you think. I think that this cool tone brown lips really match with the eyes, but the blush, I don't know if it matches with the blush as good, but I think it just overall it looks really, really nice. And yes, so out of this video, I hope you get that if you do own this Patrick Ta palette, which has a row of shimmers, don't be afraid to use the shimmers like I did. At first I was just using the mattes, and I'm like, I paid so much money that I want to use every shade in it, and I had to figure out a way on how to use this other shimmers. Obviously this more intense shimmers, you can just use them as eye toppers anytime. You can apply them on top of your eyelids, they're so beautiful. But this little type of shimmery shades that you see here, I think that you can just use them like I did today, and you can come up with this kind of a neutral, more matte, but with some shimmer in it. Like, it's not as intense. So I think that this is really pretty, and I wanted to share this look with you guys. And if you want to buy something out of today's video, I definitely recommend this Urban Decay gel liners. They're so easy to use, and like I said in a previous video, I'm not going to use or buy any other gel liners because this is the most easiest product I've owned when creating like eyeliners or creating just a lash line. Just so easy to use, you can't make mistakes. It's so beautiful and it stays put, it doesn't smudge all day long. Okay, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you think. I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.